here is different. The woods, the wild, the water. This is where we hunt. This is where we fish. This is how we live. Welcome to WeFish2 Podcast, where we hunt, fish, and live outside. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of WeFish2, where we hunt and live outside. Today, I have a special guest, not a guest, my co-host, my wingman, my brother in the hunting and fishing community. We have Lou. So let's welcome Lou to the show, everybody. All right, Lou, just real quick, if you don't mind, just let's tell out the WeFish2 family, just real quickly who you are, and after that, we'll get into the show.
Hey, I'm Lou Gill, just a local joker from Tuscaloosa County, and born and raised in Tuscaloosa, and been in Alabama for quite some time. Moved in this field for about 4 years, and came up there and came back and started doing real estate in Alabama. You know, 3 boys, beautiful wife, a dog, and I love it. I've been hunting all my life.
All right. That's awesome.
Get into all that, but I have been enjoying.
All right. Thank you, Lou. Appreciate that. Also, we want to appreciate everybody for tuning in again. And in today's episode, we're going to talk about something that every hunter has talked about before or they have debated. And that is public land versus private land. And the thing about it is always the question is, which one is better? Or there's the question, which one is harder? Or which one makes you a better hunter? But we're going to kind of break that all down, kind of unpack it, and have a conversation with you to kind of give you our insight on that very debate. We're going to talk about WMA, the wildlife managed areas, public lands. We're going to talk about the advantage of private lands as well, but we're going to look at those challenges, those that scouting, understanding pressure, deer movement, and we're going to kind of look at the kind of mindset that you have to have in order to be successful, whether you're on public or private lands. So the good thing here is is whether you're a beginner trying to figure out where to hunt, or you're somebody like Lou that has years of hunting experience. This is the episode you may want to pay attention to. So with that, we're going to swing over to Lou, and he's going to kind of, talk to us, and we're going to engage with him about what is public land hunting. Lou?
So, that's it. One of these are from Alabama. One of these are from Kentucky. Both big deer. One's private land.
Right.
The other one is public land with soybean on one side, corn on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
One, acorns, green fields that we planted. This one, strictly soybean, corn, acorn. I saw this deer. Did not kill this deer. This was a Kentucky deer. SEC, baby. Kentucky, Alabama. These 2 deer. This deer was harvested in Alabama. This one got away, but a gentleman from Jasper, when I told, killed that deer. And that was a very big deal. Put a camera up there in Kentucky and all that deer on public land. Was my second time hunting there. Went up there in September, checked the property out and saw big footprints. Went scouting in, let's go back, went to July. Went up there, saw him in velvet, glassed him. And when September hit, saw him again. And in September, he had got much bigger.
Big, yeah. They big up there that time of year, huh?
They big. And the coating on the hair is magnificent. So for me to try to go up here and try to harvest the deer in Kentucky, just understanding the map and terrain from looking at it from above, not stepping foot on those properties, and then go look at the land, actually get to the land and say, okay, from above instead of cornfield. Well, it switched. It was cornfield last year with then became soybean this year. However, you have to. I can go real deep. I don't know how deep you want me to go, but I can go deep with it. So going on public land, the experience of public land, you're home away from doing it. That makes sense.
Yeah, perfect sense.
I'm out of Alabama, but I'm hunting.
But you hunt.
So I'm doing something I love to do. I'm not telling. And to go up there, the amount of deer that
they're saying were so important. They are essential elements if you want to be successful, particularly on public land. And what do we mean about that? Those national forests, those public lands that are thousands and thousands of acres that are reserved for public access, accessibility. And with this, some of the advantages is it's not, you don't have to be responsible for these the financial commitment to having your own land or releasing properties and things of that nature. You have access, but with that access becomes some serious, not only responsibility, but some skills as well. And here's a few that he Lou mentioned earlier. You have to have the discipline to be able to scout. Meaning you got to go over there and read the terrain. He said that. So that's very important because you got to understand the deer movement in that terrain as well. Learning those corridors, learning those trails, as they say. And those corridors are central to that of those key food sources. And in WMAs, you have everything from acorns to green fields to other food sources that are there readily available to them. But you as either a new hunter, even a seasoned hunter, need to be able to understand and recognize what those are. So public land gives, I want to give you this point. Public land gives anyone who wants to hunt the opportunity to do so. But yet there are some challenges that are there. And he mentioned one of these as well. One of the challenges that you must deal with is the constant pressure, because we said something about public land is its accessibility, not only to you, not only to myself or Lou, but everybody who wants to hunt. Everybody. So I mentioned in a segment, episode before, if you're not at that gate at a particular time in the morning, there's 4 or 5 trucks already there. The spot that you picked out already is already taken. So you have to understand that. Learn those deer patterns because they are very unpredictable because they change with pressure. And that is, honestly, that is one thing, Lou, that I respect about public land. It is the challenge. It is the constant pressure, it's the change that challenge you as a hunter. But if any of you out there that seek an opportunity or desire the opportunity to be challenged, go to public land. And I guarantee you, right, Lou, you're going to be challenged, right?
You're going to be challenged. You're going to be some days.
Right.
And the conditions are right. You get there on time. You may not have jumped anything going into the woodland, but you don't see it. It's because of the pressure. Then some days you go in there, like I do it. Don't go there early. Go in by 9. It's about 1 o'clock. And the activity is coming through. I start seeing mature doe and mature buck coming through to that time. Because why? Most of the hunters are leaving the woods about 9, about 9
Yeah.
10 o'clock. And so the deer understands the pattern of human, and then they get up and start moving.
Right. So to let's end that segment with this, and this is something Lou told me before. I've heard him say it. He don't always listen, but I pay close attention. And he said, the thing about hunting, particularly public land, it teaches you to really become a student of the woods. You really do. You have to be, because I think the woods is the best classroom in the world. And so we're going, and with that,
yes, sir.
and I'm we're going to look at how pressure changes things. How pressure changes things. What we're talking about, pressure. That's what we mentioned before. That's one of the biggest differences between public land and private land. It is the amount of pressure that you're going to encounter, and
That's right.
It's something that is not when it's going to happen. It's more so that it's going to happen. It's inevitable because everybody's schedule is different. Everybody don't hunt on Saturday. Everybody don't hunt on Friday. And in public land, you're going to see them Monday through Saturday, basically. So with that, the deer behave differently because they are more attuned to the hunters that are there. They are attuned to the traffic. When I say traffic, the cars and stuff that's coming in and out, the noise that they make. And being that they have to deal with that sometimes, so should I say oftentimes that causes deer on public land to become what many would consider nocturnal. What do we mean by nocturnal? Nocturnal means that they typically move during the night hours. That's dawn until the morning. Whereas hunters particularly hunt from dawn until dusk. But in public land, because of that pressure, it causes the deer behavior to change and adjust according to that. That's one of another one of those things. Lou, you said it. You have to be one, you have to be adaptable. And you have
Gotta be able
to,
to
yeah. You have to be adaptable and to be able to
expand in public land. On Kentucky, Indiana, Missouri, during the week, I never experienced. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I never experienced the pressure that I feel that I was feeling in Alabama. Alabama was very high pressure compared to what I experienced in Kentucky and
right. And one's that area that has the thickest cover or the treacherous terrain. Yeah, the rain because a lot of those WMAs and national forests are very hilly, and if you look at a map, a topo map, you'll see those lines get real narrow. And then that means you're hunting fingers now and ravines and things of that nature. A lot of hunters they shy away from that because it's more of a challenge. That if by doing that make them have to adjust their initial strategy because of that, and also it prevents them from being stable. You have to be more mobile. The reason why that you have that many hunters on public land because of those things. They are not willing to be mobile. The terrain is too treacherous. They're not going to go to thick cover. And they're not, and those are particularly the places where the deer are. Okay. They
Mhm.
know the hunters are not going to come to those places. So sometimes
Mhm.
public land spot are the most, some places are where, on public land hunters just won't go. But the key
Mhm.
is you as a hunter, particularly if you want the challenge, you have to go to those places in order to be successful.
Right.
Because again, like we started this segment, pressure changes everything. And in his description about that hunter being what, 20, 30 feet from the deer? I mean,
From the deer.
really?
Never did
Never
see him.
did see.
Never did see him. Never did see it. The deer was there the whole time. I tell you another thing about public land too is beginning of the hunting season. Of course, with any hunting, the pressure is not that hard, but the deer are more
Mm,
relaxed. But as the hunting season increase, then you have to change your
yeah,
tactics in order to be successful. That is, uh, even trying to kill off harvest a
right.
doe, or if you want to harvest a spike, even the younger deer become wise, just like the older deer, because of the pressure that's on hunting land. And another reason why people hunt public land is because they might not want to pay the money to have private land or
Exactly.
join a hunting club. So the pressure increases on the public land. Why? Because if your license in that state will allow you to hunt hundreds and thousands of
Yes.
land, of
Acres.
acres, and it makes you feel as though you are in a different city, a different
Mhm.
state, because the terrain is different. The deer are different in the area. They act different. You just have to be a hunter, steward of the game, understanding the terrain, make all of it make sense. Find if it's pressure at the beginning of the property, just like Stacy said, you got to go a little deep. You got to go a little deeper because the deer going to go deeper because it's
It's
quiet.
quiet.
No human stench in the woods.
Bingo.
They don't feel the pressure of the predator after them. Everybody go in the woods. Somebody has tinks. Somebody has doe and estrus. Somebody just go out there and just bathe with ivory soap. Somebody just got finished working with their truck and got oil on their
Uh,
boot. So you got all these stenches in the wood at the beginning. They don't want to smell it, so they go deep.
right.
That's why the pressure increases because we all smell different
Mhm.
in the woods. It's a threat.
All right. So understanding pressure is the key to becoming a better hunter.
Yep,
All right. And
absolutely.
we're gonna transition with that. All right. All right, Lou. I think this is a topic that I think you would love. You would love a lot.
What's
Some
that, man?
through my questioning and asking, what people are interested in. One of the things that they wanted to know about or wanted to kind of for us to talk about was, uh, does scouting matter more than the gear? I
Mm,
mean, really,
mm.
does it? Does it really matter? That's my question to you. That's my question to you.
I, I, I had to think that, you know, analogy. A lot of people like Nike, a lot of people like Adidas, and some people might just like New Balance. We all got our own different styles that we like to wear. And same thing when it comes to hunting, the gear. I think you look good, you feel good, you kill
Right.
good. So
That.
it's like you, you I try to be a part of the environment. I try to look like the environment. Then somebody may go to Walmart. I ain't got nothing against Walmart clothes because I go to Walmart. I got some stuff in Walmart that they still hunting clothes.
Yes.
It's the gear. And it's just some gear you pay a little bit
Mhm.
more for because the technology and the things that it has
Different.
in there supposed
Mhm.
to keep your smell, suppress your smell down versus just a cotton outfit that just have hunting fatigue on
Right.
it. It's a difference what you're paying for. So saying that, going into a high pressure area with just your average little clothes on, if you're not paying attention to the wind, you might get blown. But if you have the right gear, the right cover scent, smelling like the environment that you're in, You may even get an ozonic gun, whatever, to cover mask your smell when you get into the tree. You may go and you may look great, but you don't see anything. But then you get your Walmart outfit and you go over there to in the
Mm,
wood and break off a cedar limb and rub it
yeah.
all over your clothes and smell like the environment that you're in. So that's a sticky topic because there are some people that believe in buying the latest and greatest technology of
Mhm.
gear. It boils down to hunting skills.
And preparation.
It boils down to hunting and the
Mm,
pressure, timing, and trying to go in being
right.
invisible. And person out there, I know people that go in there with back in the day when I first started, blue jeans and a cigarette.
Yes.
Wow. Killing deer.
Right.
And then I know people going in with their brownies, looking great, fresh haircut, and killing nothing. and killing nothing. huh?
Hold on, man.
Smelling like Brute
Hold on.
33.
I
Ain't
gotta get
killing
this one here.
nothing. Talking about what? Ain't killing nothing, my
Right.
guy. I'm just saying. You people and everybody and I'm not gonna try to jump off
Hold on.
topic, but we've had this battle about hunting and everybody want to look good. Well, some of the hunters, you want to be the best looking in the woods. To me, I don't care. I just want to
Just
hunt.
wanna
And want to hunt. And if I like something, I may tell you about it because it worked for me, but it may not work
right.
for you.
I totally agree
Maybe in
with
a
that. I
time,
totally agree with that. 'Cause,
you know,
sometimes you can get the latest and greatest gear, but if you don't know how to use it, it's not worth having. Anyway,
it's not
so,
working
um,
anyway.
the thing about it, if first of all, if you're not prepared for the hunt, you are
Yep,
not willing to learn the terrain, you're not willing to be that scout and do the
yep,
hard work first to set yourself
yep.
up to be successful,
It's a fit.
then, you
That's right.
know, you're really being counterproductive because the most
That's right.
successful hunters are those that put the work in first, which is that scouting, which is kind of understanding
That's
their
right.
behavior. Then when it's time,
Mhm.
and like Lou said, it's your preference. If if you
Yep.
want the flannel and the blue jean overalls, hey,
Yep.
do that because you've prepared yourself to go in like that. Or if you wanna
That's right.
feel good, you're not so sure that your scent is really
Yep.
masked, so you wanna get that Sentinel or that, oh, that carbon fiber material, lace,
Yep.
garment that's gonna
Yep.
mask your smell or the merino wool to kinda
Yep.
keep that smell at bay, then that's what you need to do.
Yep.
But that's gonna give you
Yep.
that edge, as they say, or give you that advantage,
Mhm.
then do that. Then
Yep.
do that. But
Yeah.
you're right, Lou, it's a tricky situation. It's something to go out there. I want to cook what is it? Kui? Kuiu?
Oh, the new uh-huh.
Kuiu?
The new out the
K-I-U?
new
Or those
uh,
Sika fans? I call them Sika fans. Though I
yeah.
mean, not to
Yeah.
degrade, but that's just what they are. They just love Sika. And then you
That's me.
have, the Browning folk and, you know,
Real tree. Asa. I mean
all of
Isa A or it's
those
Osa, OSIA or
yeah,
ASIO.
yeah,
I got
all
that.
that
I don't even know
stuff.
how to
I mean,
spell it.
it's great. It looks good. I've worn some stuff for years, but I must admit, I got bought some
Yeah.
stuff in the off season. And here's
Okay.
one, it
Right.
was on sale. And
That's right.
two,
That's right.
I decided, to invest in those scent reducing materials more so now than I had
Yeah.
before. So that's it.
That's right.
And it was old, there was some holes in it, the edges was rattling,
Yep.
ruffled, so it's
Yep.
time to upgrade. It's time to upgrade. That's how I
Yep. It is.
some new gear.
Even from the
Yeah,
boots.
yeah.
I I wore some boots for a long time. Let me tell you about. We talked about pressure and everything, but I wore some boots for a while. These rubber boots, and I'm getting blown. And this is after I cut my hair.
Mm.
I like. I thought my hair was my biggest problem.
Yeah.
So going
Dreads.
hunting on public ground, I had this long hair, this big scent wick, when I had all these
Uh,
locks. And so now, no matter how much I wash my hair, I'm like, man, why am I getting blown? Well, I went hunting without my hair, did everything wash down, and I get blown, and I'm
right.
frustrated because I said I
I know.
I
What am
rubbed
I
down the
doing
cedar.
wrong? I'm doing everything. I'm
What am I
right,
doing
right.
wrong? So I'm like, okay, so I got a keen sense of nose. I went around checking, and I'm like, and I took my boots off. I took my boots off, just like an old smell. So inside my boot, I got heat
Mm.
warmers. I heat warm my boots, but that wasn't enough. Inside my boot was becoming mildewy, moldy. I'm spraying the outside, but the aroma's still coming on the inside of the boot, out of the boot. I went to this same stand. I switched boots. I bought some boots, and I try anything. I ain't getting sponsored by nobody. I went to Thai wheat. I bought some Thai wheat boots
Tied with
and
tied.
Tide wheat.
Yeah.
Yeah, a wet. That's right, a wetter Tide. Whichever one it is. Tide wheat. I bought some of them boots, brand new boots. Make sure I spray them down. I got in this tree. I had 4 alpha doe.
Mm.
Same doe that came out on me the other, like 2 weeks
Mhm.
ago. This is their route that they choose. Alpha doe have a certain
Yeah.
route and pattern that they choose. We'll get in
Yes.
that later, but they got a certain pattern that they like to choose, and they feel comfortable, and they try to lead everybody to the destination
Right.
because this is their survival skill. They know I can get from point A to
Right.
point B without getting detected. The wind is in my favor. Same wind conditions. 2 weeks later, I went in there with some new boots,
Same
same
thing.
clothes, washed down the same outfit. These deer came up under me. Only thing, 2 things I did different was right before I got to my tree, before probably about right at 50 yards, 60 yards before I got to the tree, I broke some more cedar, put the cedar on the ground. I rubbed my feet real well in the cedar. I do this all the time, but I did. I rubbed the side of my boot and I stuck them in there. I had my gloves on this time. I had one glove on last time. 2 gloves on this side, 1 glove on last time because I was holding my bow. I lost my bow, my
Mhm.
glove somewhere coming in. And so, but I had new boots on. I'm sitting in my stand. These 4 alpha doe came under the stand and just sniff. Wasn't alarmed, didn't look up,
Mhm.
but I couldn't move because they were that
Been there.
close under my stand. I had my gloves on. I climbed the stand. I had my boots. I rubbed down the cedar on the side of me. I smelt like the environment that I was
Mhm.
in. However, I only changed my boots. And I believe the boots were the key. Those boots, man, I done pressure washed in them boots and everything in them boots, man. I took them down through there. Take me through there. Take me through. I took them through
Right.
there, man. And that was the outcome. I could have harvested one if they got on out a little
Right.
farther. They walked on out, but it was so quiet trying to draw back. I had the right
Mhm.
outfit on, but they can hear. They smelling. So outfits does
Make
make a difference. Your what you wear does
right.
make a difference. The pressure for deer, and that right there in the season that we're talking about, that was December.
Mhm.
So no, the hunt gun season already in. Even though I don't have that much gun pressure over there on my
Right.
property, but the pressure was on. So you got 4 alpha does running together. Yeah, it's definitely the outfit that made a difference on them.
Awesome. Now you like cedar. I like pine. I love to get that pine snap, rub it all over myself. I like smell like pine. All right. Expensive gear
Yeah,
does not replace preparation, folks. Let's make sure we
that's
understand that.
correct.
But if you get the gear and if you play to win and try and do your
Right.
very, very best to
That's
smell
right.
like the environment, you increase your chances of success. So, but
That's right.
the second thing I want you to make sure you understand, if you don't understand the land too, that'll work at your as a disadvantage as well. So,
Mhm.
good that
Yeah.
you hey, go get the good stuff. Go get the latest. If you feel comfortable with new bow or new rifle, go get it. And we're going
Mhm.
to get into that discussion on another episode, particularly that bow, because we done had our discussions about that, right, Lou? Because
That's right.
uh,
That's right.
a new disciple over here, as we say.
That's right.
So
We
we're
got it.
gonna come
I
back to
got
we're gonna
mine.
come back to that. All right.
Mm.
With that, let's all right, we're gonna wrap this thing up, and I'm gonna give you a couple of little points from our discussion, and that is, Lou and I do believe we believe this, that the lessons that you learn from hunting goes beyond the woods. Okay, I
That's
actually
right.
believe that. I
Amen.
know Lou believes that, right? Thing,
Amen. That's right.
right, right. I mean, like patience. I mean, patience is a universal skill or behavior that all of us can use to be successful. Persistence, persistence. If you have a goal in mind and you put that goal in front of you, in hunting terms, we'll set that pin or we'll put that sight on our target, and our goal is to be successful in harvesting, whether that's a deer or elk or whatever it is you hunt. Our goal is to be successful. So being persistent,
Right.
and Lou, you said
That's right.
public land, which is what we're talking about, and and think that you're going to be successful. And the reasons why, we said it again, we want you guys to really understand. You have to know the terrain, understand,
Got me.
be able to predict when deer movement, and understand wind direction. Because if you get blown, if you get downwind on a deer, it's over anyway. It's over.
It's over. It's
You
over.
have to know going in where you are. Be resilient, and with all those things we talked about, Lou, you know this. You have to be
Yeah.
adaptable, right?
Have to. And when you said adaptable, exactly right. When you said adaptable. So, for instance, to me, the average hunter typically wants to get there early in the
Mhm.
morning and stay to probably about 10 o'clock and then come out. That's what I normally see. Maybe different with other folks. I normally see people coming in. Or when I'm hunting my land, everybody asks me, Lou, when you getting down? And I'm like,
It
getting down for what? I brought me a snack. I brought me a lunch. What I'm getting down for? This the opening day. I'm not getting down.
from
So
what they call it from
dusk
dusk
to
to
dawn,
dawn. Dusk to
dusk
dawn.
to dawn. I've done that. Opening day, I've sat
Yes.
there. Well, the deer movement sometimes, and the bigger deer, even it just opening day or first weeks in hunting season, they don't come. They're going their same summer pattern,
Mm.
right? They haven't switched to the hard horn pattern. They're still consistent going. They're hard horn now in Alabama, but they're going their their normal routine. They haven't been distracted. They hadn't felt the pressure of human stench in the woods. So to go in the woods at early in the morning on open day, you might be hurting
Yeah.
yourself. So you need to understand, be
Be
humble.
humble. Yes.
As much as you want to go at 6 o'clock in the morning, go at 8 o'clock and stay to 11. Go at 9. Even though you said, man, the deer is coming through. I see him on the camera during this time. But your camera only give you one dimension on where that
Yeah.
deer. That deer could be
Behind
dead
behind
or
that camera.
be
Yeah.
on the right behind it. You don't want to walk in front of the
Mm,
camera. You just see him walking in front of the camera. He may be eating behind the camera, and then you go in and you bump him. I got plenty of examples of that, very spooky examples of that, where a deer was bedded down by my stand and scared me. He went one way, I went the other way because that's where he bed. I thought he was coming in. He bed behind the camera by the
mm,
stand.
mm.
I'm going in there early and I
Yeah.
bumped him. He
See?
flew. He blew. That's a wrap
Yeah.
for him over there in
Right.
that area. That was a wrap. So you have to change your pattern. When deer change, you have to be able to
Adapt.
adapt. to that terrain. You have to.
Right.
You have to. Yep.
So here's the thing, folks. You heard us giving you these nuggets about what hunting
Yep.
can teach you. But here's the thing. Every hunt gonna teach you something different. Never
Every time.
it's gonna teach you something different. And here's some things, and I know Luke can attest to this. There's some things I learned on public land that I just didn't necessarily learn on private land. But those things that I did learn on public land made me a better hunter, more efficient hunter on private land. So
Yep.
with that, I think we can now give these listeners, particularly those beginners, some advice. And here's what we're gonna say. Or here's what we're gonna offer you, I think. And Lou, you can jump in. You could, at any point here. I think that as a beginner hunter, if you make that decision to become a hunter, one thing I would recommend, or I would strongly suggest, don't make it complicated, because spaces like the one that we have right here are giving you the tools and the nuggets that you need in order to be successful. If you take
Absolutely.
these tools and put it in your tool belt, don't make it complicated. All right. The second thing is start learning the outdoors. Right, Lou? I mean, you don't necessarily have to pick up a gun, pick up a bow, or anything to go right out hunt. Just go walk the woods. Just spend some time in the woods.
Exactly.
Just see what it smells like.
Understanding.
See what it feels like. Go in the morning. Go in the evening, because the woods are different at those particular times throughout the day. Okay?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Observation.
Yes. So
Observing the observing when the leaves are up and when the leaves are
right,
down.
right.
Right? Going in one way,
Come-
the woods can get real tricky
Yes,
at
sir. Yes,
nighttime,
sir.
Doc.
Yeah.
You go in the woods and you think you coming out. I'm on private
Uh-huh.
land. I'm walking through the woods. I done walked in a circle 3 doggone times. And I'm thinking I'm
I'm
going
going
straight.
straight down. You don't want the
But
hey,
I'm going,
those woods would play tricks on you at the different times. They would
woo!
definitely play tricks on you.
Hand up, back in the same
Right.
situation. I look at my phone. I've been going in a
The
circle
whole
in the
time,
same
especially got
eh,
on X
whole time.
maps that track you you go.
Man had me going in a circle 3 times, and I know the woods, but I said I'm going the right
Right,
direction. And I'm steady just turning back to my right, coming back to the road again. I did it again. Listen, man, you do it 3 times. Something ain't right up here. Something just ain't right, because I did it 3 times, and I said, "You know what? Let me look at
right,
my phone." I didn't wanna look at my phone, thought I knew it. And dude, I'm going to the right, so I shoulda just bear to the left just a little bit, or keep I thought I was walking straight. So the woods can't be very challenging. You gotta observe the woods, understanding when you go in, how to get back out. Doc said, "Don't make it complicated." People of our caliber, I ain't saying we the best of the best, but we can make it complicated because we so technical with certain
right.
things. We
Exactly.
we want to do certain things a certain way. When it's about having fun, and we have fun, we just kind of did it on a different
Right.
level of understanding the woods, and we want to be successful every time we go. And I know you want to be successful, but going in the woods, like Doc said, observing the wood, looking at the different red oaks, white oaks, pin oaks, water oaks, mountain oaks, walnuts, uh, going in, you get on the hill, on the top of the hill bank, or you see honeysuckles. They love honeysuckles. Things that what do deer like? Understanding when you see pellets on the ground, boo boo on the ground, what kind is it? Is it deer,
Kind
raccoon, bear, rabbit?
because they out there.
They
They
out
out
there.
there.
They they out
Yeah.
there. So you got to pay attention. And when you start understanding this, the tracks, fresh tracks, old tracks, what made this? Why is this path have no leaves in it, or this path have leaves, and all the greenery has been snipped off? Is because the way the deer pattern go, and then you got this real heavy pathway, and it's very light pathway that deer travel. And typically that real light pathway is what those bucks be traveling because they don't want to go the same route. A mature buck,
Right.
that is, don't want to use the same pattern that all the youngsters and the does use. They like to be secluded. That's when you start getting in those 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-year-old deer. I got some 8-year-old deer on the wall, and their pattern is way different than the 4 and 5-year-old deer. So understanding nature without the gun, so you don't feel the pressure, like Doc said, of going in there trying to hunt something. Go in there without the
Perfect.
gun. Now, pick some on your side piece. Have God
Yes,
with
sir.
you. You know what I'm saying? Go in there, understanding nature, find a spot that you want to hunt, looking at the terrain, see the food source, and then get out. Make mental notes, take photos. Make sure you, if you do have an app, Onyx or Hunt Stand or whatever you may use, drop a pin on that tree because the terrain looks different when the leaves
Mm-hmm.
fall. So you take a pin, you drop it on that tree because this feels like a good tree because it makes sense from cover, bed, transition area, or it's a area where it's on a high elevation. And during the morning time, the thermals rise. Evening time, the thermals fall. You can get into all that. That's a later
On
topic
top.
right there. But you got to, that's a later topic. We ain't gonna talk about that yet. But just get in there to have fun. And if you get blown, well, you in the right area.
Yeah.
You got blown. That means you're in
Deer
the
over
area
there.
where the deer are.
There's a
Good.
deer over
That mean, if you go again and get blown, that means okay, the deer in there. Now you got to understand, bag it out from that. Okay, what am I doing? I'm getting blown every time I go in. I'm gonna have to go in a different way, or I'm gonna have to go in while it's daylight, so I have a little advantage as well. Several things we can do, Doc.
Awesome, man. That's what I'm talking about. And with that, we're coming to the end of our podcast. We're gonna do a quick reflection, and that is at the end of the day, whether you hunting public
Yeah,
land or private land, the one thing is the same. One thing is tantamount, is steadfast, and that is to have fun. Go out and enjoy yourself. That's the goal. Enjoy yourself. Whether you kill an 8-point or whether you kill a doe, just have fun doing it.
that's it.
It's
Just
Just
have
have
fun.
fun doing it. Because I know some of my best memories in the woods came when I didn't kill anything. I just
I'm
enjoy
with you.
being
Amen.
out there, being out
That's it.
there, seeing deer activity or seeing the activity of the woods. Some of my best memories.
Mine too.
Seeing the sunrise, because I said
Yes,
before,
sir.
that is some of the most picturesque views that you can see an early morning sunrise or late afternoon
That's it.
sunset. So
Yes, sir.
it's just something about nature that connects all of us. And if you're out there enjoying it, you'll feel it too.
You know there is a God when you see it, man. When you go out there and that sunrise, and then it's quiet, and then all the elements, everybody waking up. And when I say everybody, all the other animals wake up, talking to each other, communicating with each other, seeing the fog come in, then seeing the steam walk out, hearing the ice crack, or you hear a squeal in the background. You hear various nature. It can get eerie sometimes because there's so many different sounds of different animals making different noises and communicating. Echo in the wood of a woodpecker, just radiating through
Right,
the woods,
right.
man. You like, man. I mean, the type of, you can't pay money to just mimic this. This right here, the hell God's creation come to you all in one time, and you there just blending in with the with the elements. And like you said, even if you don't feel, just to know there's something above that created all this. There's a person, excuse me, there's a God above, a person, a higher creator that created all this for us to enjoy. And that to me is peace. And to go out there and have peace and then go back to the workforce and do what we have to do, I enjoy it. And I know you
Love
do
it.
it, Doc, 'cause we do it. If we could do it every day, we'll do it
Every
every day.
single every single day. And
Every,
with that,
every.
and with that, we're going to close it out by saying First of all, we appreciate every single one of you tuning in with us for this episode
Right.
on We Hunt 2, WeFish 2. Hope you enjoyed it. But remember to subscribe to the channel. There are going to be more episodes.
Right.
There may be a video or two you might enjoy. But be sure to follow us on this channel because we have more episodes and conversations to come. Like, share, and comment.
Right.
Share this with someone who's also interested in the outdoors or someone that's new. And if you prefer, when you share this, ask them a question and ask them, which do you prefer? Public land, private land?
Right.
We want to hear from you. We want to hear your stories. Lou?
Right. Yes, sir.
Remember,
Kentucky.
hey, remember, guys, do what your mama told you. Get out the house, go outside.
That's right.
WeFish2.
Do something with the city.